early again this week. It's like I'm either early or late. So I'm going to start saying it's between 10 to and 10 after 1 for our Facebook Lives. All right. So realize with my last swap cards that I made, I love framelits. I think I used them. I did use some stamps on the swaps, but I love framelits. So we're going to use a ton of different framelits, but just remember with any 25 or more dollar order in on my, if you go to stampinup.com and use the hostess code, it'll connect it to me. So any order $25 or more, I will send you all of the supplies to make all 3 of these cards. So that means you don't have to buy the framelits, but I know you're going to see something that you love and you'll want to. So you don't have to buy the framelits. I'll have everything cut out for you, and I'll have it all in a nice little kit so that you can just watch the replay and put all 3 of these cards together. And you can change stuff if you want to, but I'm going to give you all the supplies to make these. So I'm going to switch the video. Let's get started. So using all these different framelits, I think this is all I used, but there may be something else. So I love framelits. They just like add different texture and different embellishments just with paper. I think that's why I love them so much, because you can customize it to any color, any design. So using all of these framelits, oh, and I hope I do. Okay, so there's another one that goes in here that I'm going to use. The Stitch Shapes framelits is my all-time favorite. I use that on almost every single card. This Happy Birthday one I'm going to use. And I just wanted to point out the Merry Christmas Thinlits dies. These ones just have some great words. There's Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and you can mix and match them. So I was kind of playing around with using this Happy with this birthday. So you could even stack it so it's Happy, Happy Birthday. So, or cut that one apart and use a different font. So anyway, so there's some fun word ones, and there's other word ones in the catalog as well. So there's a whole section just on framelits. Of course, our cauldron framelits, so our Halloween ones, just a few more weeks to use those, so cute. And then the detailed baubles. This one, I bought it actually for this little piece that has a whole bunch of different ornaments, and there's a stamp that goes right along with that. I'm actually going to show you that one next week with my swap card, my team swap card. But when I got this one, there was this larger die that I didn't even notice when I first bought it. So that's what we're going to use today. And I know this one's hard to see. We're going to change up the spider webs a little bit. But this doily in the background is what that last die is. So that was kind of like the focus of these 3 cards. So we're going to make this. I love it when people have birthdays in October, because then I can send Halloween cards. I don't like send cards for Halloween, so if you have a birthday in October, you get a fun Halloween card. So there's our Halloween version, and then using the same layout we're going to make a Christmas version, and then again that same exact layout, and we're going to make just an any time of the year birthday version. And this paper is gorgeous. It's the frosted floral, and the paper is frosted, and it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like crunchy. I don't know. It's just like, it's thinner, but it's like stiffer. I don't know how to explain it, but this paper is like, I love it. It's my favorite. So we're going to make these 3 cards today, and it's going to go quick because it's the same layout for all 3 cards. So we're going to start with the Halloween one, because that was the first one that I made. This one was actually for my sister-in-law. Her birthday is this month. Okay, so I'll tell you all the supplies, and then I'll have a printable PDF. So I'll tell you all the sizes and everything, but don't worry, I'll have it all on my blog, because some of them are a little tricky. So this is a regular card base, so it's 5.5 by 8.5, and then you're going to score at 2 inches on one side and then 2 1/4 on the other. And then this is, it's kind of like a sideways gatefold card. So you're going to fold those in so that when they open it, it's like this, okay? So now, because it's black, we're going to do this first off. Whenever you use a dark colored card base, you need to add something in there that you can write on. So I'm going to add this in there. On the original one, I actually put a stamp of the cauldron that goes with this. Maybe at the end I'll show you. I just don't want to run out of time. So you can stamp in there or even do a die cut of the paper, like the little witch hats, and you can, or even the cauldron on there, and just put a little die cut in there just to make the inside pretty too. So there's our inside. You're going to take this DSP, okay, I kept getting the size wrong, but it's 5.5. Actually, I should have cut, these are all going to be a little bit off, so let me trim this. So it's actually going to be 5.25 long, and then you're going to cut one piece at 1 3/4, and then the other piece at 2 inches. So that's just going to give you a little border around. Good thing I left my trimmer out, because I'm going to need it on all 3 cards. I kept messing. I mean, I did that. I just thought, oh, 5.5 inches, that's how wide the card is. And it is, but you want that border around it. So. Okay, so there's our, the front of the card. You're just going to layer those on. So again, that's 5.25 long, and it's 1 3/4, and the other one is 2 inches exactly. So, okay, the next thing we're going to do is make a little belly band for the card. So this is just an 11-inch strip of paper. It's 11 inches by 1.5 inches. And then the scoring, oh, I messed this up so many times. So what you're going to do is just kind of lay it there. One, sure that it fits, but it's not too tight. So belly bands are a little tricky. So 2 3/4. And because this is 11 inches, it is going to have this little gap. So I have this other piece of cardstock. It's 5.5. Actually, it's almost 5.5 long by 1.5. So this is just going to cover up that seam. Now don't put any adhesive in the middle, because then it'll stick to the card. You don't want that. Okay, so there's the belly band, and it's a little snug, but it'll work. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to show you, this was like a special surprise bonus when I got that, the detailed baubles. I can't remember what the bundle's called, but the bundle comes with the framelits and the stamp set, so that you can just stamp once and then it cuts all those out. I'm showing you that one next week with the card, the swap card that I made. Okay, so both of these, if you layer them together, it'll cut out a doily, and you can use any paper. So I'm going to use the silver foil, whatever it's called. Do it too. Okay, so I'm going to show you the big shot this time. So we're just going to send this through, and I do have it, okay, I did this the wrong way. The magnetic base with the precision base plate, which they say you're not supposed to do because it'll pinch your fingers. Just be careful with it. And then you have your dies face down so that they're cutting out the cardstock, and then just an acrylic plate on top of it. I run it through a couple times just to make sure those cuts, it's going to get all those little pieces out. Oh my goodness. This table is seriously like the wobbliest table. Okay. Here's what it cuts out. Circle in the middle, and then it cuts out this doily piece, which, I'm going to use my, again, I don't know the name of this. So this, the wire brush and the, okay, so I'm going to pull this out. And for this card, it's okay if there's a few pieces. Isn't that pretty? So you can make them any color, and like, ah. So gorgeous. So like dimensionals, and I'm only going to use 3 because you only want them on the belly band. So what I'm going to do, make sure I'm in the frame here. So I'm going to lay those 2 pieces together. Because they're separate, I'm going to stick 1 dimensional, like connecting both of them to keep them from, like, you know, moving away from each other. So I'm just going to put 3 dimensionals in a line. And then that's going to go right on the belly band. Man, the dimensionals that come in the paper pumpkin are like thicker, and the little papers are like harder to get off. And then for this one, so I have, so you're going to cut out 4 of those spider webs from the cauldron bubble thinlits, and you're just going to lay them Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put my dimensional right in the middle. And then you're going to stick the, you're going to just make a circle with the spider webs. So, I really like the black better, I think for sure. And then with the happy birthday, I cut this out on Granny Apple Green. I know, isn't that pretty how it layers and just like, yeah. I think that's why I love the framelits so much, is because I'm all about like, you know, the layers and the details and it's going to kind of, I mean, hopefully stick, but it'll kind of stick to the doily, but mostly if it sticks to the spider webs, then that's totally fine. So that's the whole card. I mean, it was pretty quick. All right, so there's our first one. We're gonna move on now to our Christmas one. So, okay, and then this strip of paper, this one for the belly band, this is just a 12-inch long strip of the DSP, and it's just the other side. So that's an easy way to make a coordinating belly band, is that the other side of the DSP coordinates perfectly. So, and then this one I just did 1 inch. So you could go ahead, did I score this one? I didn't score this one. My measurements are like the way I cook, they're not exact. Okay, so you're just going to kind of fold it over. The DSP is easier to do that too as well, because it doesn't crease, like it won't look as bad if you know, like with the cardstock, if you crease it, it looks horrible. It's all wrinkled, but the DSP doesn't. Okay, then you're just going to put a little bit of adhesive in the middle to hold it. Okay. And you can decorate the inside as well, but so this circle is actually the largest circle in the Stitched Shapes framelits, and I like that one because it overlapped just enough to the doily of that detailed baubles thinlet dies. Same thing, you're going to secure those together with a dimensional on each side, and then one in the middle. So those dimensionals are holding those pieces together. And yeah, these ones are like, yeah, you can totally tell which ones are paper pumpkin and which ones are not. And you don't want to mix them because they're different. Like the paper pumpkin ones are taller. And then the Merry Christmas, I'm just going to put kind of at an angle. And so here we go with the glue. So Merry, oh, and I didn't forget, I was thinking I'm going to forget the little I, but I saved it. So there we go. Okay, so I kind of like it at an angle just to add a little something. Oh, okay, so there's our Christmas one. So 2 down, 1 to go. And then I was thinking, well, what other paper should I use? And I love this frosted floral paper, and I haven't even done anything with it yet. So I decided to use that one. So there's our happy birthday, and then our Merry Christmas. Let's move this to the side. And there's so much fun paper that you can really like do so many different things with this. I do have to point out, I liked the paper that just had like a small kind of, it's like kind of a busy pattern, small kind of busy pattern. Because then, I don't know why, but it was just more in the background, and then it kind of brought this out more as the focal point. I don't know if that even makes sense, but I liked those ones. So, and then there's our happy birthday, our happy Halloween birthday for that one. So 3 different cards. Well, so 1 different layout and 3 different cards. So there you go. So that was like the quickest Facebook Live ever. So I think that was good. All right, so just a reminder, if you place an order in my online store, so just go to stampinup.com, and if you use this hostess code, for any order $25 or more, then I'm going to send you the supplies to make all 3 of these cards. So, everything. All right, so thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Bye.